Hi, everyone. Hey there. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are in the world. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. Are you feeling trapped in your 9 to 5 job, dreaming of more freedom and financial independence? If you're ready to break free and take control of your future, you're in the right spot. You can call me Ian Green. And today I'm going to share with you powerful strategies to help you stop trading your time for money and start living life on your terms. Imagine transforming your life by creating passive income streams that liberate you from the daily grind. Today, we'll explore how digital marketing can empower you to build a thriving online business without blowing your budget on advertising or pestering your friends and family. So, a little bit about me. I had a stable career in education until June 2024 when my job was unexpectedly cut. With the unexpected shift, I have more time to create the kind of life I want to have. So, we're going to have a little bit of story time here. Okay, so it's been a few years back now, but um, my mom and I, we had went to the seafood festival, right? And that was our first time. Neither one of us had been there. So we get to the seafood festival. There was lots of people there. There are businesses there vending and businesses drumming up business, and then also just um, people who aren't don't have businesses just out there checking out what's going on. And so we're walking around. I come across my future chiropractor who he's advertising like free massage and then also offering like a really good deal for full body x-ray, right? So I was like, oh, I want a free massage. So I get the massage and he is like massaging me, but he's like, oh, I'm going to stop because I don't want you to be sore for the rest of the day. But it was too late for that because I was sore for the rest of the day. And so he said he did discover something, but he can't say what it is because you got to look at x rays, right? So I made an appointment to see about myself, even though I was thinking, like, okay, I'm going to pop in, I'm going to pop out, even though I was sore, right? So the following business day, because this was over the weekend, I had an appointment and I was at the chiropractor. So we took the x-rays and um, it's not like you got to be a rocket scientist to see spines crooked and gangster leaning and not being in alignment, right? So I'm looking at the x-rays, the doctor's looking at the x-rays, and he's looking at me like, you don't have any, never had any pain, no back pain? I'm like, no, I never had any back pain ever. So we're looking and so we devise a plan, right? And so I had to go for 5 days straight the very first week, and then after that it was 3 times a week. So when I would lay on the table, one leg would be longer than the other because I was out of alignment. And so let's look at the pictures here so you can see my before and my after. Hopefully you can see this white hand icon. So here's my cervical spine. My cervical spine was fusing and closing up, starting to fuse together, right? These vertebrae are supposed to be open. And so then a perfectly straight spine would be like a 0 or a 1. Mine was like a 14. And then my pelvis was all twisted up. I mean, I was just messed up. I was I had a degenerating spine and I did not know it. Never felt anything, right? Then my organs apparently weren't working at their highest capacity. I didn't know that either because I didn't feel anything, right? So here is uh, the scoliosis, all this curvature, right? This is my before. My after, You don't see all that curvature and you don't see scoliosis, right? And you see in my cervical spine that is more elongated. And in this x ray, you cannot see, but it is opened up. My cervical spine is opened up and I'm in alignment. So we at the first meeting we took tests, right? Mobility tests. And so my numbers were low. Um because I was not in alignment, so the can't stretch as good. But see, I never knew all of that, right? Didn't feel anything, didn't know, thought everything was normal, but it wasn't. So fast forward to maybe like a year later where we tested myself again, and of course I surpassed all my low immobility numbers. I surpassed the standard immobility numbers. I was flexible. I could stretch and do all of that. I was all good. So, all right, so we're back to the beginning. So, after about, so I'm consistently, right? I'm going to the chiropractor, I'm getting the adjustments. And after like 3 months, I start, I start to bleed. Start just a little bit, right? But over time, it starts to become more blood. And I'm like, doctor, I can't continue on like this because it became more blood and that's my energy, right? And so the chiropractor, he wanted me to just like bleed it out, it'll eventually stop while with adjustments and all of that stuff because he wanted it to be like a natural healing. I'm like, nah, this is impacting me now. It was all right when it was just a little bit of blood, right? But once it became more, I'm still going to work and this is becoming an issue and it's making me tired. So he told me some herbs to get on. I got on the herbs. We stopped the bleeding. So, and again, didn't know my pelvis was all twisted up, didn't know anything. So, in my before, right, I started off, I'm 5'2" and 3/4 here. And then after, I believe once we tested, or not tested, took more x-rays again, by this point I was like 5'4", 5'3" and a half, on my way to 5'4", I should say. So I'm getting the adjustments, right? I would have to go to bed at like 8 o'clock every day, not because somebody told me so, but because this was wearing me out. Like my body would just be so sore. And I mean, like down deep into the nerve, right? But this is all worth it, right? This is my transformation. This is my healing. So I'm going to go through it, right? So I can feel better and have a better life. And so I'm sore every day, right? And so, but I'm pushing through, right? So I would go to bed every day at 8 o'clock, get all the rest I can get. I'm still going to work. So I'm getting these adjustments, constantly adjusting and adjusting. And so once we took more x-rays, right? My um just okay. I have so much I've been wanting to say when I tell this story. I'm just gonna rewind a little bit. So um I'm constantly going through the x-rays, right? Not the x-rays. I'm constantly going through the manipulations. I'm getting the adjustments. And so I'm feeling better and better. So after all that soreness, it probably was like a good 6 weeks of soreness. So I'm still going, right, every week, and I'm learning so much. Learning so much, I became like a junior chiropractor. So, like, we took more x rays, right? So, once we tested, I don't know why I keep saying tested, but once we took more x rays, my 14 spine, gangster lean and crooked spine with manipulations became a 7, right? And then, like I mentioned earlier, a perfectly straight spine is like a 0 or a 1. So I was getting there, right? We progressing. We progressing. And so um my organs weren't working at their highest capacity. And so like the spine is like the foundation, right? That skeletal is the foundation. So if that spine is not in alignment, you will have issues or certain things that aren't working at their highest capacity or the way they're supposed to, right? So I'm going and I'm learning, I'm feeling better, spine not degenerating anymore. Um, my walk is different. I don't have that one leg out of place anymore. And you know what? Looking back on that, once there was a time where I had went horseback riding, right? And you have to put your feet or like in the over the saddle, but in those straps and all of that. And like looking back, I wouldn't feel like fully balanced or like it was like that one leg was out of alignment and the other leg was out of place. I can honestly say I felt that. That was the only time would be going back horseback riding. That was the only time I would feel like, dang, this is off or like legs didn't match up, you know. So um I just continued to go. So the doctor was measuring me, right? He kept saying, um, you're going to be taller. You're going to be taller. And I'm like, okay, well, I already know I'm to myself, right? I know I'm not going to grow taller. So this is just the spine getting it straightened out because it's, leaning and crooked. So he was measuring me, right? Like how parents measure their children. Like when they're 3, oh, you were this height and you're 4 and you were this height and all of that. So I had phenomenal rapid results. So like the doctor, he's measuring me. So we're measuring like, oh, okay, you're now, you know, 5'3" and this and 5'3.5", and we're just getting taller and just getting in alignment. So um something else I like to share too is that in the chiropractor's office, right, I would because I had such a phenomenal experience and transformation, they put my testimony up right in the chiropractor's office, and there were other people whose testimony was up as well, including some of his patients who, at the time, they were in their 40s, and they were women, right? All these women in their 40s, and they didn't have fertility issues. If you got a fertility issue, that's a totally separate issue. But they didn't have that. But they had not gotten pregnant. And so they apparently were, some maybe were married or in long term relationships or with a significant other. So they were being intimate with their partners, right? So these ladies are getting the manipulations, getting the adjustments, right? And they had probably started to accept, well, oh, I'm this age and I haven't, I never been pregnant, or I don't have kids, I'm probably not going to have them. So with the adjustments, they all got pregnant. So that was fantastic to hear, right? So there are certain things that, like getting pregnant, if that spine is not in alignment to some degree that it needs to be, you will not be able to get pregnant. And it has nothing to do with fertility issues. So, one of the many lessons that I learned from this transformative experience was that you can have something happening in the body, never feel it, never know, and then um, you can be on some slow dive to degeneration and just never know until you find out maybe late in the game. Because the doctor told me, If I had come a season or two later, I would have needed a surgery on my back. Excuse me. And if you can help it, you don't want anyone doing any kind of surgery on your back, really. So that's my story time. Another thing I'll say before I wrap this up is um, go see about yourself. Go empower yourself. Go see where you stand. Go and see what your spine looks like, you know, and maybe of course, there are other ways if you don't want to maybe go through the chiropractor route, but I would at least empower myself and see where I stand in terms of my spine. Like, is it leaning? Is it crooked? Is my legs out of place? Is my pelvis twisted up? I mean, just go and see about yourself. And then, of course, you decide what your next move is going to be. Oh, and before I forget this too, I just want to say that with the chiropractor adjustments, um, you could lose weight. You know, you might lose a few pounds because now you're going from here to up. You start straightening up. Your clothes may fit better because now you're in alignment. So that's my story time. Okay. And I just really think it's important to see about yourself because I didn't even know. I didn't have the slightest idea of what was going on. All right. So we are going to talk e learning stats. The e learning industry is on fire. It went from 950 million in 2019 to hitting 1 billion a day in 2023 and is now averaging 1.2 billion a day in 2024. It's projected to reach 3 billion a day by 2027. These staggering numbers represent a massive opportunity for you to seize. Don't sleep on it. Lots of opportunity out here. So, how do you capitalize on this booming industry and finally leave your job if that's what you want to do? Instead of spending months creating your own digital products, why not leverage top notch, done for you programs that are already proven to sell? This strategy gives you more time freedom and a substantial return on your investment. These cutting edge programs are designed to be highly profitable with a proven market fit and minimal risk. Crafted by industry experts, they enhance your brand's credibility and appeal, making it easier to succeed. So imagine earning 100% profit from these programs, right? I said it, 100% profit. Selling these done for you solutions means you keep the entire commission because you can work with some organizations and you only get 25% to like, or 20%, excuse me, 20% to 25%. And then the rest goes to the organization. So, and you're doing the bulk of the work. So, our community has already racked up 13.8 million in just 118 days. All of it pure profit, and all of it went into my community members' pockets. All right, so I want to show you a little bit about some of the activity that's happening in my community. So we have this young lady here who is located in South Africa because, yes, this is a global business. Apparently, she made $10,326.38 with this done for you business that works for you on autopilot 24/7. I'm sure this was life changing for her. She, I'm just assuming, I don't even know, but she may have been living check to check and she had the mindset to say, you know what, I want to change my financial situation. Let me take advantage of this opportunity in this digital age and make some of this digital money and get some of that digital pie. So, thumbs up to this young lady showing up and showing out. We got another young lady who made their first sale. Phenomenal. She may have been doing whatever or was at work or whatever she was doing, and she got an alert that she made $900 showing up and showing out. This is the kind of results that you can get with this type of business. Auto working for you on autopilot 24/7. So I just want to show you, some of the results here. So what if you could quit your job with a steady 10K income each month by setting up 3 income streams that bring in 100, 300, and $600 each? Many in our community are already living this reality. It's not a fantasy, it's a proven path to financial freedom. Another person having results, $1,000 for the day so far. So can you imagine, like, you started your day and you just get these different streams of incomes hitting your bank account, $100, $300, $600. And then multiple people are doing this, multiple people are buying. So you get multiple $100 hits, multiple $300 hits, multiple $600 hits. These are multiple streams of income, life changing. So thumbs up, thumbs up on the excellent results. So, with our digital marketing blueprint and discovery system, you can build a brand, even a faceless brand. You can build a successful faceless brand if you so choose, using pre written ads to attract customers. With 5 billion people on social media, the potential for reaching your ideal audience is virtually limitless, to say the least. So picture a sales process that runs on autopilot. With our system, if 20 people subscribe each day and just one makes a purchase, that's $600 earned daily from one person, just one person making a purchase. This kind of automation creates passive income, giving you more freedom as well as flexibility. So, once you apply our 5 step blueprint for online success and become part of a dynamic community dedicated to helping you launch your business in just 3 days, imagine going from zero to profit in such a short time. And there are people in my community who they were able to launch in one day because they had the time and the effort and they were ready to go. Okay, so there's more. We offer amazing bonuses to set you up for success. We have the Canva course, our 1 million in 17 months blueprint, and access to the digital growth community. Plus, there's more. You get, let's see here. You get the 30-day market strategy growth plan and resources to start your online business with MRR and 200 digital products. So, if you are ready to transform your financial future, then you can visit my funnel at www.dailypaygrowthautomation and follow me on social media. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Twitch. So thank you for tuning in. This concludes my presentation. Have a fantastic day and please take care of yourself. Bye now.